The Light Beer Project number 2, Busch Light. I had started the Malt Liquor Project, then I decided I would go ahead and launch the Light Beer Project a little bit because I had some Kirin Light and Busch Light left in the fridge and I didn't want to have to go back later and repurchase those because I can't really get them in singles, and so I said let me go ahead and get started. Ice cold, easy indicator. Okay, yes, it's ice cold because it says so. It's blue. 12-ounce bottle. Anheuser-Busch beer. Busch Light was introduced in 1989 to complement the regular Busch, which has been around since 1955. This is 95 calories, about 4% alcohol. It says right here, water, barley malt, select grains, which is corn, and hops and yeast. It's a pretty popular beer. They sell quite a bit of it around here in the, let's see if we can pick up the smoke this way. Yeah, a little bit of water vapor coming out. In the 12-ounce bottles and 12-ounce cans, and occasionally in the 16-ounce cans. I haven't seen it around here in any other configuration. Thick white head and a clear straw appearance, just like the Kirin Light, with the little particles that you're going to see in this intense sunlight. Yes, this gets very poor ratings on Beer Advocate. The bros say it's poor, and Rate Beer, as you would expect, is saying terrible. They're giving it NA, not applicable. In other words, it's so low it can't even get a 0. Okay, well, that's the same old problem with Rate Beer and Beer Advocate. They're trying to grade mass-produced regular old beers up against St. Bernardus Abbott 12, and it's saying it'd be like saying a Chevy Cruze is a bad vehicle because it doesn't compare to this top-of-the-line Cadillac. Okay, my nose is a little stuffy just because of the cold. I'm not sick, but when it gets cold, my nose just runs. It's clearing up now that it's warming. Unlike the Kirin Light, this has more of a grain husk aroma, and a sweeter aroma and a more pronounced grain aroma. People will say all light beers taste the same and smell the same, and all regular beers taste and smell the same. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. They are similar, but they are not the same. And I would like you, the viewer, to do a light beer project. Go through each one and try them and tell me what you think. Same thing with the Malt Liquor Project. It'd be an interesting topic of discussion, I think. The flavor, it's sweet, it's watery, it tastes like, well, light beer, but it does have a few little individual characteristics. If you did a tasting and you lined up all the Anheuser-Busch light beers, Michelob Light, Bud Light, Busch Light, etc., Natural Light, you would find that they were very, very similar, but there would be subtle, and I mean subtle, taste and aroma differences, and they would look a little different, but you'd have to, really take close or pay close attention to it. But with something like this, you really want to look at price. I got this for $7.99 a 12-pack. Prices are big, to me, a big part of buying light beer. Now, and it's interesting because light beer people are the most loyal to their brand. They'll say, Busch Light, I'm not drinking that garbage, I'm drinking Bud Light. When they might pay $3 more a 12-pack, and what they're getting is marginally better, and probably not better, just it's different, but it's not really better. But anyway, nice lacing. Yeah, this is not a great beer as far as super flavorful and super full of aroma and all of that, but it's not meant to be. It's meant to be a barbecue beer, going fishing beer, football all day long beer, and in that category, the mass-produced light lager category, it's pretty flawless, in fact. Flawless in that category. So to say it's a NA, really when you say something like that, you're saying, I don't really understand beer and I don't know beer that well. I think that's the way I look at it. So thank you, and let's get this. We're going to go back to the malt liquor project now, and let's get this going. That should be an interesting project. Goodbye.